streak of lightning flashing across the sky, like the swiftest arrow whizzing from a bow, like a mighty cannonball he seems to fly. You'll hear about him everywhere you go. The time will come when everyone will know the name of champion, no one knows.
Boys, take me back to the ranch and you can join your herd.
You all right, son?
Yes, but I wouldn't be if you weren't such a swell shot, mister.
Just lucky I saw that mountain lion in time.
Oh, I bet I know who you are. You're the new assistant marshal.
That's right, son.
Gee, Marshal Brady will be glad to see you. All he talks about nowadays is how he can retire when the new marshal takes over.
Sounds like you know him pretty well.
Well, he's one of our best friends. Me and my uncle, Sandy North. I'm Ricky.
Well, I'm Johnny Gray. Well, I better get into town and report. Nice to know you, Rick.
So long, Marshal. Thanks again.
Marshal Will Brady to retire. Well, I guess that makes it official.
Man has to step down sometime, Sandy. I'm lucky I lasted this long.
Oh, you'll be around a long time yet, Will. We'll miss you, though.
Oh, I'll still be around, moving a mite slower, spending a lot of time fishing, but still around.
Well, you can go back now, champ. We were both pretty lucky. Go on. Uncle Sandy! Marshal Brady, I'm glad you're here. I just met your new assistant. He saved my life.
How come?
Well, there was some kind of wild animal. And he was just about to jump on me and Champ when the new marshal saw it and got it with one shot.
If he's that handy with a gun, I guess I made a good pick for my replacement, and you won't miss me too much.
Well, he'll be in town by now.
By George, I should have been there to meet him. Want to come along, Sandy?
You bet I do. I want to thank him for keeping Ricky from being bait. We'll be there just as soon as we do a few chores and saddle up.
See you then.
Nice guns, ain't they?
Yeah, they sure are.
The whole town chipped in and bought them for Will as a present time he busted up the Willoughby gang.
I know about that. A lot of other things Marshal Brady has done.
Yes, sir. Will is one of the greatest lawmen the West ever saw. It's going to be mighty tough for anybody to fill his boots. Mighty tough.
Hold it, Fred. Howdy.
I'm Johnny Gray, Marshal.
You don't have to tell me, son. This here's Fred Carter.
Glad to know you, sir.
How are you? You'll be seeing a lot of him. He takes a big interest in what's going on around town.
Yes, sir, I sure do. I'll see you again, Gray.
Goodbye, sir.
Fred means well, but he's liable to stick his nose in where it ain't wanted. You got your papers, Johnny?
They're in the saddlebag, sir. There you are, sir.
Says here you're a pretty good marksman, but nothing about wild animals.
The boy told you about that, huh? Oh, I was just lucky.
Must have been if you used a .38.
38's a good gun, Marshal.
Sure, but you're going to need larger caliber around here. Say, wait a minute. Buckle this 44 on, son. It's a special pet of mine.
You're the boss, sir.
Well, not much longer. You live up to what I've heard about you, and you'll be in charge before you know it. You see, I'm getting a bit lazy. Got my mind set on going fishing.
Well, I'll do my best.
No, you will. Say, why don't you go out and look the town over?
Let the town look me over, too, huh?
That's the general idea.
Well, Marshal?
That's him, eh, Fred?
Yeah. Let's hope he's half as good a man as Will.
Rimfire. Bayless. Get those hands up, Johnny. I said get them up.
What in tarnation?
Bayless gang holding up the bank.
Take us to the bank. Is it bad?
I don't know. But what I do know is we can't use a marshal around here who's scared to draw his gun.
Look, help me get him into the office. Somebody bring a doctor.
You missed it, Sandy. That new marshal ain't worth a lick.
And there he stood, reaching for a piece of sky.
He's not like that. There must be some mistake.
Only mistake was thinking Johnny Gray's a marshal. Johnny Gray. Johnny hands up, that's what he is.
Come on, Ricky. Let's go inside and see Will.
Ain't the first time I stopped a bullet, and from what the doc says, I'll be up around too soon. Sure, staying in bed is like a vacation, getting rested up before going fishing. What are you doing there, Johnny?
Be right with you, Marshal.
Get those posters for me, will you, Ricky?
Are you sure it was Bayless, Will?
Sure, seen him too often to be wrong. Got his picture right here. There it is. Recognize this hombre, Johnny?
Yeah, too well. He's the one who had the drop on me. That was the first time I'd ever seen Bayless, except on one of these. Heard plenty about him, though.
Gosh, Johnny, from the way you got that wild animal so quick, something must have gone wrong.
Well, Ricky, maybe the reason I was so slow is because I didn't expect trouble to drop out so quick.
Well, a thing like that could happen to anybody, Johnny.
Sure. Many's the time I've been caught flat-footed.
Well, it won't happen to me again, Marshal. I can promise you that, if I get another chance.
You're pretty near bound to. When that Bayless picks himself a territory, he don't leave until he's good and ready.
Can I talk to you, Will?
I'm feeling a bit peaked, Fred. Better talk to Marshal Gray.
I'll see you later, Will.
You may as well know it, Gray. We're getting up this petition to have you removed.
Well, I can't stop you.
Aren't you flying off the handle too fast, Fred?
You mean you want this Johnny hands up for Marshal?
I want him to have a fair chance.
Man don't need more than one chance to prove if he's yellow or not.
Easy, Johnny.
We want your signature on this petition, Sandy.
Not me, Fred.
With Will laid up, we got as good as no law in this town.
Sure.
That's not so. Now, I'd say we all better get out of here. Will needs rest and quiet. Go on, Fred, the rest of you boys. Come on, Ricky. So long, Will.
You're not gonna get anywhere.
I'll be seeing you, Johnny.
Put his hands up if you're lucky.
Johnny. Don't let all that fret you too much, son.
Oh, well, a man can't help feeling bad when he's been made to look bad. I guess I should make it easier on you and everybody else in town and offer to quit. But I'm not going to.
That's the stuff. I see you switched to the other gun instead of the one I gave you.
Oh, well, Marshal, you know how some guns feel easier in your hand.
Sure.
Look, I better study these posters so I'll be able to spot the outlaws before they spot me.
Good boy.
Johnny, meet me alone in Boulder Canyon tomorrow morning. Important. An old friend of your father's. And I guess you know who.
Over here, Johnny.
Surprise, kid?
Some. What do you want, Bayless?
Nothing much. You know your pa was one of my best guns. So I thought it only right that I look up his kin.
Well, I've got a surprise for you, too.
What's that, Johnny?
I'm taking you in.
I don't think so, Johnny. Number one, you don't draw a gun fast enough. And number two, my boys have got you dead center right this minute.
Morning, Marshal.
You're sure not like your pa. He didn't make no mistakes.
He made one. That was joining up with your gang. He paid for that mistake with his life.
That the reason you pinned on the tin star?
Maybe.
Then I reckon I made a bad investment.
What do you mean by that?
Who do you think's been keeping you since your pa was killed? I've been sending you money every month till you finished your schooling.
Well, you're lying. That money was sent to me by my uncle from Dodge City.
Sure, Uncle J. Bayless. I promised your pa I'd see to your bringing up, and I always take care of my boys.
If I'd known that, I wouldn't have accepted a penny of it.
Johnny.
Take it any way you like, Bayless. But if you don't get out of this territory, I'll get you.
You have a loud bark, Johnny, but I ain't noticed no bite. You know, I bet if I waved a gun under your nose, your hands would shoot straight up in the air, just like they did in town.
There was a reason for that.
There sure was. You haven't got any nerve. You're sure not like your pa. He'd have started shooting proper.
I guarantee you the next time we meet, I'll be just like my pa.
And that might be real disconcerting. All right, boys, come on down. Get him tied up.
Uncle Sandy! I saw Johnny with Jay Bayless
What?
up in Boulder Canyon.
Are you certain?
Sure I am. I recognize Bayless from that poster.
Well, it looks like I've been wrong, Ricky. I guess I should have signed that petition after all.
Gosh, it's sure hard to believe that Johnny would throw in with outlaws. What do you suppose he's up to?
I don't know, Ricky, but there's one way I can find out.
How's that?
Ask Johnny.
Throw down the box.
What now?
Well, first we turn the marshal loose. You know, I'd like to be in town when he tries to explain how this happened.
So would I.
After that, fresh horses. Then we leave this territory far behind us. Let's go.
Yes, sir. He wasn't even around to throw up his hands when the stage got held up.
Might as well have no law at all, what with Will laid up and Johnny Hands up here in town.
We've got almost enough signatures on this petition. He won't be around much longer.
Good.
And that's it, Sandy. The whole truth. I didn't know until today that it was Bayless who'd been sending me money all these years.
And that's not the reason you didn't draw on him in town.
I've already told you about that. I was caught off guard.
I believe you, Johnny. But it's going to be tough to explain to all those people outside.
Well, even if I could explain, talk wouldn't quiet them.
Well, what are you going to do, Johnny?
You both know the answer to that.
You know, Will, I've got a feeling those people out there are going to do a lot of apologizing pretty soon.
Yeah. But there's still something kind of bothering me, Sandy.
What do you mean?
Well, nothing I can put my finger on. I just got a feeling Johnny's choking something back.
And he's riding after 3 men. I think I'll go along and help him.
You leaving us, Marshal?
He's probably afraid Bayless will come back for a showdown.
You ain't even giving us a chance to get out our petition, Johnny Hands up.
Be careful of the prairie dogs, Johnny. They're mighty tricky at sneaking up behind you.
Worried about Uncle Sandy being gone so long, Rebel. And I'm not waiting any longer to find out what happened. Jim! I thought I told you to go on back to the herd. Oh, all right. If you're gonna act that way, you can come with me to find Uncle Sandy. Hey, it's Johnny. I wonder where in the world he's going. We better find out, champ.
What's the idea, Sandy?
Trail gets kind of lonely, Johnny.
I don't usually travel with a nursemaid.
You know better than that. You're tackling a pretty big job for one man. An extra gun might come in handy.
Particularly since mine doesn't get much action, is that it?
I didn't sign that petition, Johnny, remember?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sandy.
Only one thing puzzles me.
Oh, what's that?
Well, I know who you're going after, but where are you going to find him?
Well, Sandy, I'm playing a hunch. I hope it works out.
So do I, Johnny. I'm going to be with you if it does.
We're riding out together. Uncle Sandy didn't say I had to stay home.
Still keeping it a secret, Johnny? Why Ridgeville?
Well, when Paul was in the Bayless gang, they used Ridgeville as a contact spot. They had friends here.
Do you know any of these people?
No, so that's why we'll have to split up. We'll each cover a section of the town. I don't think Bayless will be looking for us to be on his trail. Sandy, there's one thing I'm sure of.
Yeah?
If he's here, we'll find him.
Johnny or Uncle Sandy. And I'm sure they rode in here.
find out? I made a deal for some fresh horses. We'll be leaving tonight. Hey, looks like we got a visitor. What are you snooping around here for?
I wasn't. I was looking for somebody. I guess he's not here.
That must be the kid's horse. What's this all about?
Nothing. Honest, let me go, please.
You're gonna stay here until you tell me what's going on. Hey, that's Champ. Ricky must be in there.
Yeah, maybe Champ will distract him long enough for me to get inside. You cover the barn door.
Come on, let's get out of here. That Mustang will bring the whole town on us. Hold it.
Get him, Johnny! Gee, Johnny, you were great.
Well, maybe this will teach some of those mule heads in town.
Well, I could have done it alone.
You did plenty alone. I saw it all.
Saying this for you, young fellow. When we get back into town, I'm going to have the marshal put you in the hoosgow for sticking your nose into trouble.
Well, I didn't. I was only looking for you.
Oh. Well, in that case, I guess it'll have to be all right.
Davis, you got him, Johnny Hands?
Stop right where you are. I don't want to hear any more of this hands-up business. It was my fault.
It's all right now, Marshal.
Not yet, son. I loaded this gun belt and the gun Johnny was wearing when these jaspers here held up the bank. He's been swallowing that Johnny hands-up handle, trying to cover my mistake. Told you it was time for me to retire. What I did was load a center-fire gun with rim-fire cartridges. Do I have to tell you there's no use drawing a gun that won't fire?
I'm plumb sorry, Marshal.
So am I.
Champion, the wonder horse. Champion, the wonder horse. Like a streak of lightning flashing across the sky. like the swiftest arrow whizzing from a bow. Like a mighty cannonball, he seems to fly. You'll hear about him everywhere you go. The time will come when everyone will